Kia ora, Helen Brahms here coming to you today with day 7, Helen's Great Adventure. What's been happening today? Well, today I actually got some work done today, so that was really good. I had a good productive morning. In fact, I had a good productive morning all the way through to like mid-afternoon, and then also like I had to go and run some errands and get out to the parts store before they closed and that sort of thing. But today I wanted to talk about goal setting. So a lot of people have been asking me, this kind of came out of the blue. It was a little, to them it was sudden and all that. This has been in the works for some time. Brad and I talked about it years ago about getting an RV and tripping around, doing trips around the US and that sort of stuff, but we never... it never eventuated. But then March 15th last year, so March 15th, 2018, and I know this because it was 2 days before St. Paddy's Day. I was sitting in the living room at home there, and I was looking around and going, knowing that I had to get out of the house in a year's time, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking around at all the stuff that we've got there, and I have got so much crap in this house, and there's so much stuff here that I don't need. And I was sort of like, I've got to get rid of it. What if I get rid of it all? And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, I suddenly burst out loud that I'm going to go live in an RV. And so then I pulled up my laptop and I started typing in, searching to see if there was any RV shows coming up. And there happened to be one that weekend, starting on St. Paddy's Day, which was the Saturday, that was going to be that weekend down at the old, I don't even remember what they call it now, but it's the old Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego. And I thought, great, I'll go along there and have a look. And so I put on my green shirt because it was St. Paddy's Day, went off down there and started walking around and having a look at the different RVs and that sort of stuff. So that's where it started. The dream, the goal got set, because I thought by the time I move out of the house in a year's time, I'm going to have an RV. I'm going to move into that, get rid of everything, and move into the RV and live in that full time. And so it's been in the works, and I've been researching it along the way. I've been joining the Facebook groups on RVing full time, making an income while you're on the road RVing. Hey Jeff, great to see you. So I've been thinking about it for a while and doing a lot of research, asking a lot of questions and everything else. And so then I was looking at the different types of RVs, trying to decide which ones I want and that sort of thing. Then around December, when I was on a cruise, I started thinking, it would be really good, because I plan on being back in San Diego for about 4 to 6 weeks between each trip. Just to catch up with the family and everything, catch up with the grandkids. And I thought it would be really good to have somewhere permanent there with like a shed on there where I can have bathroom facilities, somewhere to park a car, that sort of thing, so then I wouldn't have to tow the car around, and I could still keep my car and just have it there whenever I'm in town. And so then there came the idea, well, why don't you get a house? And then you could park the RV in the front yard. And so then I started looking at houses and kind of got sidetracked on that one, and talked with my parents when I was down in New Zealand for Christmas about the idea as well. And Mum thought it was a good idea, because then I would have like a home base. And so that kind of got, and then I was reading in March of this year, I was reading the book, The Universe Has Your Back. And I'd had an offer in on a house, and it was a Monday morning, and I was reading chapter 8 of the book. And chapter 8 was called Obstacles Are the Detours in the Right Direction. And it suddenly hit me in the moment I read that I was not getting the house, and that I would be going and living in an RV. And that feeling for the RV came back stronger than it was last year. That drive to do that was stronger than it was last year. The next day, I found out I wasn't getting the house. And so I started looking at RVs again. I started looking at Class Cs, and was looking at that, put an offer in on one, and that didn't go through. And then the guys called me up on the Monday or the Tuesday as I was moving out of the house. I had the movers in that day, so it would have been Monday last week. They called up and said, hey, we've got this new unit in, we need you to come in and have a look at it. And I said, well, I can't get there till Wednesday. I'm in the middle of moving. I have to clear the house out tomorrow, so I'm not going to be up there till Wednesday. And I already had a hotel reservation up there, up here in Marietta Way. And so they said, okay, we'll see you on Wednesday. So I went in on Wednesday, and they showed me the unit that I now have. And that's how quickly everything moved and everything fell into place. So I had set that goal in March 15th last year, and I just kept working towards it. And yes, I got sidetracked. And sometimes when you set goals, you do get sidetracked. Things come along that will pull you off in another direction, but then something comes up that pushes you back on the right path again. And that's what happened with me with the RV. So it's sort of like, when you have your dreams and that, you set goals, start setting dates on them. I knew I had to be out of the house in a year. Getting the RV didn't happen at the right time, as far as moving out of the house and into the RV straight away. There was a lag time, but that was okay. We just readjusted the goal and kept moving forward. So that's basically what I want to talk about setting goals. Like I said, this has been going for a year, just over a year. It's now happened. It's kind of a little surreal, in a way that, I actually set another goal and got it. And I love setting goals and achieving them. So it was actually kind of cool to achieve this one, being such a major goal. And I remember sitting in the finance office on Saturday when I was handing them over the check. And I got a little emotional in there, and the guy looked at me and says, "Are you okay?" I said, "This is the first major purchase I have made since my husband passed. In fact, it's the first major purchase of this size that I have made by myself in my entire life." So I said, "So yeah, it's a little emotional." He goes, "Okay, I understand. It's okay. Go ahead and cry if you need to." And I'm like, "They're not tears." I said, "It's not crying. It's called sparkles, flows of sparkles of love." And he just like, whatever. So thinking more about the name. So now switching topics, thinking more about the name of the RV. Sparkles keeps coming up all the time now when I'm thinking about it. I keep trying to find other names and that sort of thing and thinking of other names, and Sparkles just keeps coming up. So I think the RV is going to be called Sparkles. I'm going to sit on it for another couple of days and see. But today, like I said, it was working. Then I had to go out and run some errands. I had to get they always suggest you get a surge guard protector for the power coming into the RV, because sometimes when you're at camping grounds, the power levels will either spike high or they will drop low. And so you got to protect your equipment. And since this is my office with my laptop and my hotspot and all that sort of stuff, I need to make sure it's protected. So I got the power surge protector, and they always say that you've got to have a lock on it as well. Well, this thing comes through, you just put like a bicycle lock through the bits and pieces, wrap it around the post and lock it up that way, because these things tend to go for a wander. So I've got all the different connectors that I need now for the different camping grounds I'm going to, where they have different power sources and stuff. So I've got all the adapters I need for that now. Also got the chemical I need to put in the toilet to make it smell fresh all the time. And what else did I get there today? There's a couple of other things I had to get. Can't even remember what they were, but got them. And then I got excited because my box from Amazon arrived, and in there was my CB radio. And people go, "Why do you want to see?" And this is really cool, because I was thinking I was going to have to get the boxy thing, but this is actually all in a handset. And so the RV actually comes pre-wired for CB radios. But the good thing about having a CB radio when you're on the road in an RV is if you're in an area where you have no cell phone service, you still got a way that you can call for help. So that's one reason why I wanted to get the CB radio. And I was like, where am I going to mount it? Where am I going to mount it? And the tech guy who was doing the orientation on the RV suggested the handheld, this one here. He said because it's handheld, he said you don't have to have the box. Everything is on the handpiece, and you just hang it, and you show me where to hang it and all that sort of stuff, and where it's easy to get to the wires. Hey Mary, how you doing? I'm still in your neck of the woods too. Then I was super excited because I got my RV logbook, and this is a book where I can keep a record of all the camping grounds that I go to and rate them as I travel through them. And they've got all sorts of, so I can have my own scoring system. So we've got like the campground, the date we came in, where it's located, its GPS coordinates, what sort of stuff do they have, full hookup, some, what power rates do they have? Do they have a bathhouse with flushing toilets, showers? Is it free showers, or do you need quarters? Amenities like shuffleboard, hot tubs, game rooms, mini golf, laundry, etc., etc., etc. Cancellation policies, booking policies, notes on all of that, and then your specific site. What site number did you stay in? What hookups were available? Was it concrete, rock, grass, dirt, or other, that sort of thing? And then local area notes about what was the weather like when you were staying there, where's the nearest grocery store, just really cool notes like that. What was your connectivity like with your cellular signal, with your Wi-Fi hotspot, and just any other notes, what did you go and see while you were there, that sort of stuff. Yes, Melissa, I do remember us having that conversation about me, about the plans of living in the RV. So that was really cool. And the other thing that I got, and moving forward is hard, but I'm making it an adventure, which is making it a little easier to cope with. The other one I got, which is really cool, is the National Park Adventure Guide. And so there's 59 national parks within the US. And they've got, in each one, like this is Glacier National Park in in Montana. And it's got like a little No, there's got these really cool pictures in here for each of the parks. That are all done by the same artist, so they all have that same theme. And down the bottom there, you can see a picture of the map of Montana, where a star where it is. It gives you some little fun fact. Then over here, you've got a little notes area. You've got an about the park, and then you've got 10 things to see and do while you're in the park, and you can check off what you saw and did in the park. And then it's got a place, and in the back, they have the stickers, so you can then put the sticker on against the park that you went and saw, so you can go through and see at a quick glance which parks you've been to, which ones you haven't. So I was really excited to get that, because I'm going to get, there's a park called America the Beautiful, and it's a national park pass, and it's like $80 for a year, and it gives you free admittance to all the national parks in the US. And then the other book I got is 100 Parks, 5,000 Ideas. So this is featuring national, state, and city parks across the US and Canada. And I have to tell you, I had to go get a second notebook for ideas. The reason being, remember last night I was talking about the book that I had that had 50 states and 5,000 ideas. It covers all 50 states and District of Columbia and the 7 provinces of Canada. So I had to go get a second notebook. So I'm still waiting. I've had some ideas come through from people. So thank you for those that have already given me ideas on things to see and do. They've gone in the notebook. Still waiting to see which state I end up with the most things to see and do. Remember, we're looking for those unique things to come and see and do in your area. So if you don't know what's in your area, take a staycation. And a staycation is you're going to take a weekend off, but be away from the house. The house is your hotel. And the idea is to go out and explore your local area and find out. And I kind of like doing the staycation of giving you a limit every day. That includes your parking, your food, everything. So we'd like to limit it to like $10, maybe $20 per person per day that you get to spend. And that's it, no more, no less. So what things can you do for under $20 in your town, including food and parking, and maybe transportation too if you decide to take a bus or a train or a tram or something like that as well. So how creative can you get with $20 over a weekend and go and have a fantastic weekend out and about in the city or the town that you live in. So that's my staycation challenge for people is, and that way you get to find out more about your city and town and what's there, what has free admittance, what has, like for in San Diego, there's 1 month a year where, like the museums and the parks, which normally charge a fee, the kids get to enter for free with full paying adults. So there's things like that you can take advantage of as well. So, that's it from me from today. Go set your goals, put dates on them. If you don't hit that date, it's okay. You can readjust. But if it's something that you really want to do, get out there and go for it. Start doing the research into it. Take one step, set the goal. Step 2, start doing the research and take it from there. And I will see you tomorrow. So have a super fantastic sparkling evening. It's Helen coming from Possibly Sparkles. We haven't fully decided yet. But we also had a breakthrough today with some really cool ideas, which I am super excited about. But I have to, again, I know I'm going to be teasing you guys with this one till we can announce it. But I'm not sure if this idea is going to pan out or exactly how it's going to pan out. So we had the initial, what if we did idea today? And started furiously, I was on the phone with Pamela today, and both of us are furiously writing down notes and coming up with ideas with this massive brainstorm, and we did a brain dump in like 5 minutes. It was awesome. And the possibilities of an idea for while I'm out on the road. So I will keep you posted on how that goes. I'm not sure how it's going to pan out, or if it will pan out, or if it takes a completely different course, but we shall see. So have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we will catch up with day 8 tomorrow.